What's up guys, my name is Thomas Parsons and welcome back to the personal channel, and today I will be discussing what I learned in my first week of college as a freshman. Now for those that are new here, you probably clicked on this video to gain insight on what it should look like in your first week of college. It can be nerve-wracking because college is a new environment that most students aren't used to. But before we dive into this topic, I would like to congratulate you, whoever you are, for graduating high school and receiving your diploma. I understand that getting your diploma is not easy at all, and I commend you for staying through it and putting up with those crappy teachers, crappy homework assignments, and all that time spent just to get that diploma. You deserve it, honestly. Hopefully you find this video insightful and have a better idea of what it should look like in your first week. Now before we begin with the lessons that I learned in my first week of college, I would like to give an anecdote or a story on how my first day of college went and how things progressed from there on. My first day of college started out abnormally. I was late for my first ever class, and when I finally arrived, I had to take the most awkward walk of shame all the way to the front, which was where the nearest available seat was, which really sucked. I would not recommend that at all. A few minutes went by and the professor announces that class was suddenly over because it was the first day and they were just going over the syllabus and all that. Keep in mind, classes may end a little early on the first day. For example, today was my first day of sophomore year and classes nearly ended, within like 15 to 30 minutes of the class being in session. So keep that in mind. So it was lunchtime at that point and I was wondering where I could go get food. I went to the student union building where I found a sandwich shop and I bought a sandwich and ate my lunch outside. It was there that I realized how different it was from high school. I had no new friends and I was worried that classes would be difficult. However, that same day I did end up making one friend in my speech class, and to this day we still talk. The next day I found out more about clubs and organizations I could join, one of which was a college ministry group. I discovered that there would be an ice cream hangout at a building that was made for events that was being run by the same college ministry group I met earlier. I decided to go to make more friends, initiate myself into the group, and because I was feeling confident enough to get a date. Unfortunately, I did not find a date, but what I did find was a new community that welcomed me with open arms. Little did I know, but going to more events throughout the week helped me get familiar with the campus and meet interesting people that I'm close with today. From there on, it became much more easier to converse with people in my class. People who are part of the same orgs as me, people who have seen me in passing, or people in my class who just wanted to get to know me better. Overall, I'd say my first week of college, being a freshman, was a blast. However, if I could go back and change some things differently, I totally would. So now guys, we have reached why everybody clicked on this video. The lessons that I learned. First and foremost, it is very important to show up on time to your first class. If there is a morning class at 9:30, make sure you are there by 9:15 at the earliest. If there is an event that starts at 5 p.m., make sure to be there at 4:50 p.m. Now I don't say all this because it's a standard that authority figures have for their students or whoever they're in charge of. I'm saying because it puts you in an advantage socially. It gives you enough time to meet the organizers and even some students who are there to enjoy it just like you are. What this also shows to the club/organization is that you show a lot of interest and care a lot about what they are putting on just to attract students to be a part of their club. Now for a professor, especially at a small university, showing up on time helps them call out roll in the morning or whenever their class is. When a professor calls your name, the professor is going to automatically assume that you're skipping. Unless you send them an email saying that you're going to be late because of so-and-so, then that gives them a reminder that, okay, they were late. So what? They can just make up for it next time. But if you don't send them any warning and don't show up at all, they're going to automatically assume that you're skipping, and you probably are. And like I said earlier, being there on time shows the professor that you care a lot about the subject that they have to teach. Another lesson I took away is that friends won't come to you, you have to come to them. See, the thing is, guys, I had to make the decision to go to the ice cream hangout. I could have easily not have went to the ice cream hangout and I would have never joined the college ministry that I'm a part of now. If there was any way that I was going to meet as many people as I could to make acquaintances, I had to put myself out there. It's the same way with finding a girlfriend, which I'll touch on next. When you're at a function, do not feel afraid to walk up to a group of people and chameleon your way into the group. Just introduce yourself, and from there, just be the best version of you possible. Now, of course, you could just make friends in class. Preferably though, it'd be better if you went to an event where people like you are at, so that you have a variety of people to talk to. Rather than in class where you might be relegated to talking to just 2 people, or if there's an icebreaker moment in the class where the teacher makes everybody, talk to 2 or 3 people, then that's okay. But 8 times out of 10, there's not going to be a moment in class like that, and it's, I wouldn't say it's crucial that you go to an event, but it's preferably better socially. And lastly, for all you hopeless romantics out there, myself included, do not expect to find a girlfriend within the first week of class. Guys, your main priority there on the first week is to get familiar with your schedule, familiar with your classes, familiar with your professors. Try to make some friends. Try to immerse yourself within the campus before finding a relationship. If you're that type of guy that it comes naturally to be social and to make friends and be a part of a club, then I'd say maybe 2 or 3 days in, shoot your shot. It might just be that easy for you, but for some people, getting a girlfriend should be the last thing on your mind. You should be worried and focused on just getting through your first week. Now, to be clear, guys, I'm not commanding you guys when you can and cannot date in college, alright? We're all grown adults, and at the end of the day, we all make our decisions on our own. What I am simply doing is giving you advice on the lessons I learned within the first week, and I can confidently say that I had the biggest expectations for a girlfriend in my first week, and they were shattered. And the thing is that everybody told me within the first week, or before my first week actually, that, oh, as soon as you get into college, you'll find that perfect someone within the first week. I guarantee you, Thomas. I guarantee it. But I was single throughout the first week, second week, third week. Heck, I was single throughout my first year of college. I was single throughout my entire freshman year. And it didn't ruin it for me. Honestly, I was perfectly fine with being single at the time. What made me perfectly content was that I still had community, and I would rather spend time with them than with nobody at all. College, in my first week, hell, even my first year, was as fun as I thought it would be. Was it everything I expected it to be? Of course not, and that's okay. Did I make the most of my freshman year? Absolutely. And I believe it all starts with how you handle your first week of college. But yeah, guys, that was my advice / story on how I got through my first week of college. Opening week, I would say. I really hope you guys gained a new perspective on what it should look like for a new freshman. If you made it to the end of this video, feel free to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and even subscribe if you want more content like this. For those that are freshmen, I wish you the best of luck in your first year of college. I really hope that you make the most out of it, and I hope that it leads you to further your education more. But that's all for me, guys, and I will see you in the next video.